Nah.
Hey everybody, welcome back to another episode of Kinfold and them with Kinfold, X Williams, Ish, Nap, Brett, and Greg, and please everybody, welcome back, Napoleon.
Y'all know motherfucking business is in the motherfucking business. Y'all
My
already know what it is.
boy,
Shout
we
out to all the
back.
kinfolks and all that bitch out on, man. Y'all done
You
held it
know,
down. Shout out to the homie Shire. Shout out to all the kinfolk here keeping the motherfucking vibes right. Y'all already know what it is.
Bro, we missed you.
We miss you so much, bro.
welcome
I miss
back,
y'all
baby, welcome back.
man. Miss y'all niggas too, man.
You already know if you have been checking out, of course, the previous episodes. Unfortunately, Napoleon have not been able to make it, but now and then on, or I'm sorry, for the future, he will be back on Kinfolk and them. And I don't know about you guys, but I'm very excited for this episode because we have a very, very special guest. Our brother, our Langham Creek brother, Otis Ebugavu. I got it right.
We went over this.
We called it. You still gonna fuck it up when we live. Oh my God.
Otis
Hey,
Otis
man.
Ebugavu.
By the way, you know how to pronounce it.
I got it. I got it. Which
I got it.
Ish, would you like to take over right quick and pronounce it correctly?
Nah, bro, you good.
Bizarro. Hey, man. He's like, man, he gonna mess it up once we get live. What's good, Kinfolk? What's good?
Yeah,
Lake
What's
Creek.
good, Otis?
Really cracking.
Yo, when they told me we were coming back on, I was like, yo, the boys are back in town now. Yo, we had some good times with Lake Creek. Lake Creek, and some of y'all Aragon Middle School. They go all the way back to the Wildcat days. So, you know, it's
Hey, Dub in the building. Hey, Dub in the building.
Yeah.
We ain't gonna take it. We ain't gonna take it all the way back to y'all losing days until y'all finally have to come to high school and finally win some games.
Losing.
Hey,
We're not gonna do that.
Days of getting your ass bust.
we went. Oh,
Hey, now,
So until sophomore
all
year.
right. All right, guys. So before we get into these topics, let's go ahead and let everybody know where they can find everybody on the Kinfolk and them. If you are on Facebook checking us out, please make sure you like and share this broadcast. If you are checking everything out on the YouTube page on the Sports Plug, we also will be broadcasting this on Kinfolk and them YouTube page after this episode. So please make sure you subscribe to the Kinfolk and them YouTube page as well.
Thanks, bro. Thanks.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. All right. So I know you guys, of course, checked out the recent broadcast of this past 2020 NBA Finals. The Lakers finally finished out and beat the Miami Heat in 6 games. It looks like Otis is a little bit happy about that. So, of course, instead of talking about the actual finals, because everybody can talk about that, let's go ahead and speak upon, is this LeBron's greatest championship run? Because this is number 4 now. So, out of the ones that he's actually won, not lost, is this his greatest championship run? Otis, you want to go ahead and start off?
Yeah, absolutely. I appreciate y'all letting me go first. You know, youngest always goes first, as I always say. No, like I don't. I think it was great. I think this is a little bit of an easier path. Nonetheless, Lakers still won. You got to play. Who's in front of you? Like LeBron. Like, let me take something. 2012 was special. 2012 LeBron was special, and the reason why that's the greatest run is because what he did Boston, Game 6 in the Garden. Come on, man. 45 points, 15 rebounds, 5 assists on 73% shooting. And he exercised some demons. So, nah, man, 2012 was definitely his greatest run. But this was something special, man. And for them to have the mental fortitude to go in that bubble since, I believe, June up until now and tough it out when superstars couldn't. You saw Giannis folded. Giannis folded, man. Giannis couldn't hang with the best of them, man. You see George Paul, as Skip Bayless likes to call him, and Kawhi all quiet behind. They couldn't even make it to the conference finals, man. These dudes could not hang with LeBron James and Anthony Davis, baby. I'm so happy. I'm so happy. Number 17 for the Lakers, and one time for Kobe Bryant because I feel like his spirit was definitely with the team and whatnot. But yeah, to answer your question, I don't think this was his greatest championship run. I think 2012 Miami Heat was, especially him exercising demons with Boston.
Okay, Greg, go ahead.
I'm gonna make my answer short and sweet. I'm gonna say his greatest championship run is when he won it in Cleveland. Because at the end of the day, it's fucking Cleveland. Cleveland is trash. Now, he won it for the city of Cleveland. Shout out to everybody from Cleveland, but your town sucks, and y'all might never win another championship. So LeBron did it for you guys. Shout out to Cleveland, y'all fucking suck. And LeBron, that's LeBron's greatest championship run when he won it for Cleveland that year. So shout out to y'all.
I ain't gonna lie, I will piggyback on what Greg's saying. Cleveland is a shitty ass city. I don't plan on ever going there. I ain't gonna lie, I ain't never been. I ain't gonna lie, I will go to check it out just to make sure I'm right about it being trash. But what we did see is we did see the economy drop a little bit once LeBron left Cleveland. When he not once but twice, we did see the economy, and we did see that LeBron definitely does hold a lot of weight in Cleveland because when he's not there, the economy goes from billions to making hundreds of millions. Just saying. Ish, you want to hop in on this topic?
Dang, y'all just trashing Cleveland like that. We went from being like respectful to just all the way straight disrespectful, like real quick. But anyway, I don't think that his greatest. I don't think you can count the Cleveland one as his greatest championship run, only because he did still have help that year, and let's not forget that Kyrie really closed that series out for them. So I don't feel like you could necessarily say that LeBron, that was his greatest. I like what Otis said about 2012 because they did get over the hump with the Celtics. I feel like the 2012 one to me was kind of like when Jordan back in the day finally beat the bad boy Pistons. It was like you finally take over that, you grabbing the throne now, you taking it over from the old heads, you going to go forward with that. But the problem with that year is that they went on in the finals to play against the Thunder, which they dumpstered. So I don't know if that could be the greatest. I might just have to go with 2013, where they unfortunately beat my Spurs in the finals. They did have the Pacers in the Eastern Conference Finals, so I don't know. But I think the way they won that one in 2013, I think that probably was the greatest championship run for him.
You don't disrespect the Pacers though. Let's remember who was on that Pacers team. That was a really good Pacers team with the head coach who just coached LeBron James to the finals right now.
Hey man, all I'm gonna say is James Harden MVP, Kevin Durant MVP, Russell Westbrook MVP. That's all I'm saying about 2012.
That's now though.
That's now.
That's separate. That's separate, not together though.
I because when they were all together, everyone thought that OKC team was about to go on a dynastic run.
That was after they beat the Lakers. That was after they beat the Lakers, and everybody thought they were going to take over the NBA. And that's I remember Otis is. I remember that Otis is telling the truth. That was before the Heatles became the Heatles, and they had and OKC had their big three at the time.
Come on, man!
Well,
and they had
it's true.
Come on,
they had a young Surge. They had a young everybody.
Man.
Kendrick Perkins, of course, young Perk.
Yeah.
Not worth having a conversation about. Stop that.
James
Cephalosha.
James
Don't forget about Cephalosha on that team.
No, he's not worth
shut up. Oh my god.
You guys are thinking of them now.
Exactly. James Harden was not the
No.
Hindsight 2020, brother.
They were not.
I'm thinking of James Harden that got elbowed in the head by Ron Artest. That's the James Harden I'm thinking about.
Go look at their numbers that year. Y'all are kidding. Russell Westbrook was jumping out this building that year. Kevin Durant thing. James Harden, I think, if I remember correctly, James Harden was 6th Man of the Year that year.
What was the
sure
final?
he started
What
doing
was
like
the
this.
finals record? What was the final series record?
Oh,
Do you
yeah,
remember?
he got blasted for sure. But that's LeBron James. What you gonna do about LeBron? You got the king now. You can't stop the king.
Otis, please.
Oh,
Let me say this,
Otis.
Otis.
You're better than this, Otis.
Otis, as my African brother, let me say this
You're
to
better
you.
than this.
Drugs are bad. Do not let your mother see you behaving in this manner.
I've been drinking too much goat milk. You need to stop it. You need to stop it.
Hey, speaking of coming to America, it's gonna be on Amazon Prime December 18th. The sequel.
Yes, coming to America too. We'll be coming. Yes. I cannot wait to see that.
We talked about LeBron, man.
We're gonna make a movie called Coming to Cyprus. It's gonna be based on a bunch of bullshit too.
What? This fool here.
All
right. Brett, what about you? What you got, Brett?
I think this one is a super close second to.
We didn't ask for your second place, fool.
Listen.
We asked for the greatest.
Listen, I want to put this one first because it lasted so long, and they had to stay in shape. A lot more going on with the social justice, all that stuff that was going on, which made it more emotionally draining being in the bubble than any other title run. But I do like 16 the most when they had to come back. I think that was the most impressive when they had to come back. But I think this, I mean, to be in the bubble for as long as they were in the bubble, they had to do all the things that they had to do. I think it was really impressive. And really, they didn't struggle with any series outside of the finals, which is more to be expected to struggle within the finals. But the Heat surprised everybody. Nobody thought the Heat would be able to play with them at all. And it ended up being a better series than we thought. But I think that this one was special just because of literally everything that was going on. You had Kobe, you had the bubble, the layoff, and all the stuff that went on, which made this run specifically special. Now,
I think that's what makes this one garbage.
I disagree.
You a hater.
I think it's
Why you hating?
I think it's the same. Nope. I think it's the same as how everybody always try to talk about the Spurs when they won the lockout championship. They'd be like, "Oh, it was the lockout year."
That's not even the same thing. That's not even the same thing.
It's not a reaching.
It's the same thing. It's not a full season. It's not a full season. Oh,
You reaching. You reaching. If anything, it's a longer season. If anything's a longer season, what are you talking about? It went all the way into October.
No, they didn't play a full season.
Go ahead, Brett.
A longer season.
Okay, thank you. Ishmael, I only disagree with that because they ended up, at least they started the season on time. They started the season on time, and it wasn't, anything outside of their control that made the season stop. So
it wasn't a strike. It wasn't something that the players said, "Hey, we're gonna not play." It was a airborne disease. Anyways, we're not gonna do that, Ish. Let me go ahead and wrap this up. Let me go ahead and wrap this up with my going, and we can go ahead and move on to the next topic. I feel like this one was the most mentally challenging championship run probably for LeBron because of everything that was at stake. Of course, not just with the bubble, but also, of course, the social injustice LeBron was ahead of and also carrying the torch on everything with that going on. Of course, like Brett said as well, with the death of Kobe Bryant early in the year and pretty much saying to Laker Nation, hey, I'm going to put everybody on my back, and I'm going to make sure that we win a championship. For LeBron to do that for this year, I think this championship has solidified LeBron as in he can literally score 2 points a game for the rest of his life, and his legacy will not be touched anymore because his legacy is set in stone. He's fine. But I feel like what Brett said as well, the championship against the Warriors is the greatest championship to me because of playing against the greatest team at the time in the regular season, the Golden State Warriors, and then being down 3-1 and coming back, even though, yes, Kyrie was, of course, the finisher, but pretty much being the guy to lead that team to win in Game 7. I feel like that's the greatest championship run. But you can also say with this run, you can also say as well, like people said going into the season, what did a lot of people say about LeBron? He couldn't do it in the West, right? So what he did was he beat the Blazers 4-1. When the Blazers went up, when the Blazers won Game 1, a lot of people said, "Oh, look at the Lakers, they trash. Gentlemen sweep them. Beat the Rockets for him, right?
Man has
Gentlemen sweep them
on the team.
I understand that, but I'm just saying that's how social media. Hey, that's how social media works. So I'm just saying, let's remember the past. Let's bring it into the present right now. So what I'm getting at is people can say this. I can understand this championship being the greatest run. I feel like it's the Golden State Warriors. Nap, you have anything to say about this topic before we go to the next one?
Mavericks, nigga. That's all I got to say.
Already.
We should have just
never asked that.
We should not have asked him at all.
Don't ask him this shit no more for the rest of the show.
Come on, dude.
Yeah, we're gonna banish you for the rest of the episode.
No, you know what? I'll say this as a outside looking in basketball person, not a basketball person. I mean, LeBron kind of is like that nigga, and he kind of been that nigga for a minute. So I guess, as far as his legacy and things of that sort, you want to see him, you know what I'm saying? You want to see the black man have a happy ending, and I'll leave it at that.
Alrighty then. Nothing wrong with a black man having a happy ending. Hey, I ain't wrong with a black man having a happy ending. Nothing wrong with that, baby.
Oh my
That's
God.
all
Ain't nothing wrong with that. All right, let's go ahead. Hey, let's go ahead and get on to the next topic. And of course, the main reason why we got Otis on the show for today, early voting, of course, started yesterday. And Otis, of course, is a Democratic representative in the state of Texas. And we feel like somebody like him that has the political background should give us and also people that are watching more knowledge, not just with early voting, but also voting in this upcoming election when it comes to also voting on November 3rd, because some people cannot vote or early votes, but a lot of people can have to wait until November 3rd. So if you would like to go ahead and talk about the early voting process and some of the things that you've seen so far in this early voting.
Yeah. And like, I really want to start this off by saying that, like, voting matters. And, we need to do this for those who have been killed unjustifiably by police officers, unarmed and innocently. Breonna Taylor still doesn't have justice. Sean Reed in Indianapolis, Philando Castile, Mike Brown. The names go on and on and on. So, just remember when you're voting like your ancestors died for it, the shirt that I'm wearing, because it's really, really important that we make our voices heard. Secondly, please do it for my sister in the struggle, Monica Roberts, who recently just passed away. Who was a transgender woman of color who was an icon, and she recently died, and she was a great mentor of mine. So voting was instrumental to her. I want to keep that legacy going on. And so to lead in that, man, like, thank y'all so much for having me on, giving me this platform to talk about something that's near and dear to my heart, and voting, man. Voting is the only way to change what is going on right now. If you're watching what's going on in society right now, it is not good. And just simply put it. So right now, my brother, who is the interim county clerk, Chris Holland, he is doing the damn thing in Harris County, man. Let me tell you something. Both days, first 2 days of early voting, and we should backtrack a little bit. Because of COVID-19, early voting got moved up a week to October 13th on Tuesday, because Monday was Indigenous People Day. And so Tuesday was the beginning of early voting, and the lines were nuts. They were crazy. 128,000 voters showed up at the polls to vote. And to put that into perspective, that total matched the entire state of Georgia on their first day of early vote. So think about it. And Georgia is what we call a battleground state too, where it's 50-50. It can either go R or D on this go around, but that's insane. For Harris County to do that is amazing and it's tremendous. So, we're super proud of that. Harris County is super proud of that. And like I said, Chris Hollins, his tremendous staff there, and the Harris County Clerk's Office, who administers voting and is in charge of it, they've done a phenomenal job. And the records that are being broken today, Wednesday, October was the 14th, 115,000 people showed up again. So momentum is going. And that broke the last day of 2016. They had 68,000 show up, and that was a record then, and we're smashing it these past 2 days. So these have been the highest turnout days in Texas history. Clearly, people are wanting their voice to be heard. It is amazing. An even more tremendous stat is that roughly 12% of the voting population in Harris County has voted so far. That's wild. That is wild, y'all. Like, that's insane. And 10% of total votes right now have been coming through drive-through voting, which has never happened in the state of Texas. So drive-through voting is you can drive up to the polling location. You're there. They have what we call a little finger glove. Some folks have a little funny jokes of that, but it's a finger glove that you put on and you get to vote on the machine. They verify you, everything like that. It's super safe. And so people are doing that. They're driving up to the curbs of these voting locations or parking spots, and they're driving through. So early vote has been amazing. And to find polling locations in Harris County, visit harrisvotes.com. Because that is where you can find polling locations. So you don't have to go to your precinct or somewhere close to your house. If you're coming from work, you can find a polling location there. And the beautiful thing about that is that harrisvotes.com also gives you estimated wait times in these lines. So you can figure out within the county where you can go where there's shorter lines and you don't have to wait for a super long time. So harrisvotes.com is definitely the place to go. But y'all, what's going on in Harris County, what's going on in Texas, Texas has 16 million registered voters. Within the first 2 days of early vote, 1 million people have voted. So, and we still have 20-something days to go. So it's exciting. We're super excited about this. So please go vote. And I really want to make a plug to young Black men. Right now, our demographic is super disengaged. For whatever reason, they feel like the system isn't working for them. The system has never been designed to work for us. But let me tell you something. The only way we can fix this, we can make systemic changes to systems that have never worked for us, is that we have to go vote. Black men, our lives are on the line. As you saw, we had a crime bill that worked against us that put frankly, a whole generation of Black men in prison because of drugs. We've got to vote because we need our education system to be better. We've got to stop the school to prison pipeline. We've got to end that. And the way we do that is we hold our elected officials accountable. We go vote and we go show up. So Black men, please show up for our Black sisters who are in the struggle, who've been on the front line, who've been holding us up for so long. It's really important that we back their play. It's really important that we finally give them our shoulders so that way they can be on it, stand up tall. And look, we got a sister on the ticket, man. Kamala Harris is a Black woman. Let's show up, let's show out. Let's go support her because she supported Black men through and through. So, yeah, man, early vote on October 13th through October 31st. And then November 3rd is the big day for Election Day. And again, find polling locations, voting times. Go to harrisvotes.com and get plugged in, vote. And go take your family members with you. Take your friends with you. Take anyone you know with you to the polls, because right now this is the most important election of our lifetime, and it's super, super important. So let's keep the momentum going. Let's keep these numbers high, and let's make sure that our voices are heard during early vote and then on Election Day, November 3rd.
We do appreciate that, Otis. Let's head to the comment section right quick before we get everybody else to speak. And Patrick Leahy, y'all know who that is. He said, fellas, keep the takes coming. I'm locked in. Bring in O to the full-time panel. Phenomenal content. Otis, if you aren't busy, we definitely don't mind you hopping on some more. He said, also, X, the people are touting you as our generation's Roy Firestone. I don't know who Roy Firestone is, but if you can help me out with that, Patrick. Otis, you know who that is? I don't know who that is.
All I know is Pat Leahy. That's my guy.
Y'all know Fat Pat. That's the GOAT right there, center. That's the GOAT.
Let me tell you, he ain't Fat Pat no more now,
Yeah,
bro.
he's not fat no more.
This is very true. This is very true.
Pat Leahy in shape, baby.
I just googled just Google who Roy Firestone is. That's pretty good.
As long as he's rich, I'm Gucci. He rich?
Nah,
He got money? What's his network? Network? What's the network looking like?
I can look that up quick. I don't want to pocket.
No, we pocket watching today. Now look at that network. If we got, hey, we Gucci then. We gonna make a couple more. Yeah, we gonna make a couple more. We gonna make a couple more.
Not where that comparison's coming from.
Hey, like I said, we gonna make a couple more. Like I said, we ain't gonna don't stop the grind, baby. We gonna make a couple more. But anyways, now before we get into everything else, we want to advocate to everybody that we are not telling people who to vote for. We're just letting people know to go out and go vote. Go vote for whoever you want to go vote for. But if you don't vote, you can't say that you didn't have a voice because you didn't go out there to go exercise your voice. Correct?
Right.
All right. Now, the next topic to get in hand is the NFL Week 5 recap. And, of course, if you are checking out our Sports Plug recaps, Ish and I, of course, took care of the recap yesterday. But, of course, we have a very special guest on. And everybody else here, we want to talk about the NFL after 5 weeks. How you guys, feeling so far after 5 weeks? How are we looking?
They got to cut it, man. They got to cut it. They got to cut the NFL, man. This kind of gets ridiculous. And I think that I don't know why they're playing Thursday night games to begin with, especially during a pandemic, just throwing everything off. But guys, if you just cannot control what is going on, and I think they're about to get into a place where they're going to have too many teams have to shut down facilities, things like that, and all these things. I mean, for me, it's not even the play on the field. It's about the safety of these guys. The worst thing that can happen to the NFL is that someone catches this thing and, God forbid, they pass away. And it's going to look really bad. I'm about safety first. And basketball had it right. I don't understand the disconnect. You put these guys in a bubble. They quarantine. They got to get rapidly tested all the time. And they don't have one test. You can't put NFL players in a bubble. First of all, there's 53 players. Talk about personnel staff and all these things. So it's unfortunate that these guys are catching it. And even, I know this a little bit off the NFL, but even in college, Nick Saban just caught it. I mean, at what point, this country is amazing when it comes to the bottom dollar. I'll tell you that, because we are putting the health of folks who have families, who have kids, in tremendous harm. And I just really don't understand it. And I'm playing fantasy football, and every week I'm trying to see PPD because the game's postponed and they're trying to figure it out. So outside of that, I think the play has been subpar. There's way too much touring. Defenses have not caught up because they didn't have training. It's not making the product look great. And so I'm really discouraged by the NFL season this year, probably because the Texans suck. But also, COVID has really put a damper on it. And then that's just my opinion. I know you guys have your own, but I'm really, really, really struggling with this year. No,
you're good. We'd love to hear your opinion. Just to piggyback off what you're saying, especially with Nick Saban. Yes, just like you said a couple hours ago, Nick Saban unfortunately has caught COVID. And like you said, and I've stated in previous episodes plenty of times, if we're going to go ahead and go with this season, hey, that's on the NFL. But if somebody ends up passing away, it's not going to be a good look. But one thing I know about the NFL is ran kind of like America. They are going to care about their bottom dollar before they care about the people. It is what it is. Now, getting to the NBA and MLB, they can have their bubbles right now because they're in playoffs and they don't have as many teams, correct? So over the past couple of months, they had no positive COVID tests right now, so they're doing pretty well in both sports. The NFL plan on having a bubble when the playoffs come, so hopefully there shouldn't be any positive tests. But the NFL said from the beginning of the season, hey, we're gonna roll the dice. We saw with the Titans, they had an outbreak of COVID, and it postponed their stuff for 2 weeks, and they came back and they were able to play, and it looked like they were able to play pretty well last night. But moving forward, let's hope that we don't have, more outbreaks or star athletes like a Tom Brady or Aaron Rodgers get COVID and have to sit out in a big game. And you have guys like yourself that play fantasy and say, "Oh man, now I gotta figure out what I gotta do instead of Aaron Rodgers playing. I gotta put in Phillip Rivers." Just one of those things where I understand it's as us watching the game, it affects us, but let's remember it affects the guys that are actually playing the game and actually getting it, firsthand. Brett, what you thinking?
I mean, specifically for me, I can relate to what you guys are saying because, like I told you guys, my situation happened at school to where, my whole 8th grade team had to be quarantined. So,
now for people that haven't heard about the story, would you like to go ahead and tell everybody,
Well, I can't go necessarily into specifics because they're minors, but my team, my 8th grade team, after they got quarantined, and so I had to miss my 7th grade game because I wanted to go get tested. And if you go get tested, then you're not allowed to be at the school until you get your results back. And my results were negative. So thank God. For real, because that's a whole other issue that we don't want to have. And speaking to what Otis was talking about, putting people's families in danger and all that stuff, like I have my own opinion, and we've had this conversation about having to go back and teach. And I know like a lot of people don't necessarily care, and they have their specific opinions and all that stuff, but mine personally are different. When it came to going back, teachers didn't have an opinion or an option necessarily, and there were a lot of jumps and hurdles to go through if you wanted to stay home. And even if you wanted to stay home, you still had to go to school and teach. So there's a whole bunch of stuff that's going on. But back to NFL, man, it just kind of like just seeing what's going on with all the COVID stuff. It's just like that's the risk, like I said, the NFL was willing to take, and I think it's honestly making them look really bad right now. Because obviously everybody loves football, right? Everybody loves football. Everybody loves to watch football, but nobody's gonna want to watch games where people are having to sit out because Cam Newton's not playing, or let's say Patrick Mahomes gets it, or like Lamar Jackson, God forbid, or just like you said, Aaron Rodgers, Tom Brady, something like that. There's gonna be these games going on, and I do wonder though what their gauge is when it comes to postponing a game rather than making the players sit out. Because I know with the Patriots that they, after saying Cam Newton didn't play, but I wonder if it's like the Patrick Mahomes on a big game, are they going to postpone it? And I kind of want to see like if there's a clear cut guideline to that, or if it's just kind of a case by case basis, which I'm pretty sure they're going to say it's a case by case basis. We'll see how it goes, but I would be really interested to see, like Greg likes numbers and facts and statistics. I want to see if there's an actual guideline in place, or is it just, we'll cross that bridge when we get there. That'll be really.
Are they going to tell you, Brett? Are they going to tell you that Patrick Mahomes got COVID when they're sitting in the AFC Conference Championship game trying to go to the Super Bowl? This is the nonsense that we're talking about, man. I just.
But again, though, if they have the bubble during the playoffs, they probably shouldn't have to worry about that because everything should be good. But again, we have to wait and see what happens because we don't even know yet if they're going to have the bubble yet. So, we just got to wait and see how that plays out. Now let's get to our Cowboys fan, Napoleon, right quick. How you feeling over there with Dak with his injury? How you feeling with the Cowboys?
Man, hey, listen. First of all, I didn't realize watching that shit live that I was gonna feel the way I felt when I saw it. Because I've seen plenty of injuries. I've seen plenty of people get messed up, but man, it was just painful to see him go down. And aside from that, because maybe it was a free injury. It's not like he pulled a hamstring or something. It was just bodies were in not the right places at the right time. But aside from his injury, if you look at the league across the board, look at all these players injured within the first week 5.
Yep.
Majority of the teams have their practice squads, secondary, thirds on the field. It's ridiculous. It's out of pocket.
First, speak for the Giants. Don't speak for the Titans. We good over here.
And as far as the actual season, the NFC East is garbage right now.
NFC least. That's the NFC least over there. Yep.
NFC very least. My goodness.
Go ahead, Greg.
So I know we talked in the group chat. I know Ishmael, we agreed. So I just have to bring up the question again because I didn't get Brett's opinion or Napoleon's opinion or Otis. Obviously, Otis on the show, so we get your opinion as well. Do you think Dak should have played, or you think Dak should have sat out, based on the fact that he got injured now?
Wait, what do you mean?
He's talking about before the season. Should he went ahead and signed that? I'm sorry. Should he went ahead and sat out or sat out to try to get a new contract or play this season out like he did right now?
Well, if we're being realistic, just based off of a football nigga being a football nigga, he not about to sit out the season. So that's, you know what I mean? So he was probably going to take whatever he was going to take because probably nobody else was really offering the things that he wanted to be offered or whatever the case may be. I don't really know the inside details like y'all do, but it seems like if he had better opportunities and other options, then he definitely would have done that. But it probably wasn't in his best interest financially. The shit goes on in life, and probably better that he didn't because, I mean, shit, he out now.
Otis, what you got for us? What you got, Otis?
Oh my God, bro.
It's tough because, man, how do you say no to $30 million guarantees? I think it's just super tough to say, yeah, you should have, because obviously hindsight's 2020. So for me personally, would I set out? Yeah, because I think that if I outperform my contract and he's looking to negotiate, I'm asking for market value. Well, pay me. Andy Dalton is not the answer. I'll tell you that right now. Andy Dalton's not the answer. And so I would have looked at it. I'm like, all right, cool. Y'all can have Andy. You don't have to pay me. Because what I don't understand about that contract situation is you pay DeMarcus Lawrence, you pay Amari, you pay Zeke, you pay 3 of your offensive linemen. I think you pay Jalen Smith too, and you don't pay the quarterback. And you keep going to 8-8. There's something harder there now.
They're not sold on him as their quarterback.
8-8 for 8 years. It's ridiculous.
Yeah.
Say it one more time. It's for the people in the back, as they like to say.
They're not sold on him as their quarterback.
That's the main. That's where it comes down to. That's what it comes down to. Because, like me and Ish talked about again in the Sports Plug episode yesterday, Andy Dalton looked pretty good. Andy Dalton looked pretty good slinging the ball out there for the Cowboys, and I wouldn't be surprised if he keeps it up. We have to, again, wait and see how things play out. And if Andy Dalton plays pretty well, we wouldn't be surprised at all if Dak is not in Dallas, much longer because, unfortunately, due to an injury, not because of his play.
Mm-hmm. And Dalton lost his job in Cincinnati to someone I can't even name now. Let's not do this. Let's not do it. I can't do it. I cannot do it.
You're right, but at the same time, if we show what?
Let's not do that. Cincinnati. No, let's not do that.
But what if he does
Cincinnati?
One at a time. One at a time.
Time out.
One at a time.
Be that guy. Do not be that guy. Andy Dalton is not good. Let's not do that.
I'm not. Andy Dalton is not a good quarterback. He's not.
You're going to compare Cincinnati to Dallas? Otis, I have told you before. Stop doing drugs.
No.
Drugs are bad.
No. Let's stop. Let's stop now.
Otis, you wildin', bro.
Let's not do this. Cincinnati, I don't care what anybody says. I don't care what locale you're in. Cincinnati was making the playoffs consistently, winning 10 to 11 games a year. Let's not do this. Marvin Lewis had consistently a top 10
Marvin Lewis, you're going
Marvin Lewis? Marvin Otis.
Time out.
You stop. You stop it.
Time out. Let's not do this because if it was if we kill. Atkins a scrub. Gino Atkins a scrub.
We ain't talking about that. You said Marvin Lewis. Go back to Marvin Lewis.
No. Whoa. I'm not saying Marvin Lewis. No. Stop. I'm not saying Marvin Lewis is a good coach. What I'm saying though is the NFL is all about winning. They did that consistently.
Marvin Lewis is about winning. Marvin Lewis is about winning. You brought him up.
But the problem though is that you are what your record is. We gotta come on, man.
This is true, but also when you lose to the Texans consistently in the first round, when the Texans can barely get past anybody in the first round, that's not a good look.
And I agree with that. My thing is that I'm not saying Marvin Lewis is great. I'm not saying the Cincinnati Bengals is something to write home about. What I'm saying though is we can go back and look at it. They consistently made the playoffs. That is factual. Andy Dalton was winning 10 to 11 games. That's factual. They had A.J. Green, who was on pace to shatter records because of what he was doing. And they could not win the playoffs because Andy Dalton was not a good quarterback.
He didn't have the weapons that he had on Dallas. Bro, you are mad crazy. You are mad crazy.
Come on. Otis, time out.
I'm asking you the same thing.
I play a little bit. I play a little football.
Otis, are you talking about Otis? I know you're African, Otis. Are you talking about soccer or are you talking about American football? Because obviously you own something.
I got one question for you. Hold on, everybody, time out. Otis, I got one question for you. So you mean to tell me the reason that the Bengals lost those playoff games? I can't even talk right now because you got me out of this world right now, bro. So you mean to tell me the reasons why the Bengals lost those playoff games was because of Andy Dalton? Are you telling me this right now?
He was bad in those games.
All right.
Hold up.
Go on mute for 5 seconds. Go on mute for 5 seconds, please.
Let me ask you something,
Yeah.
What?
Aside from all that, he's a bad quarterback. I understand. But if he continues to show the same consistency of football play that he's showing now, would that change your outlook on him currently?
No, because I don't believe he'll get the playoffs and win. No,
so the man can't even make up for himself. The man can't make up for himself.
Everybody has to have a redemption type of story. Everybody has redemption stories. So Andy Dalton, why Andy Dalton cannot have the redemption story in a city, in a state that he's from? Why not Dallas? Why not?
I'm not saying he can't. Y'all, come on now. Really? Cincinnati was playing in the AFC North
where you have Pittsburgh and you have Baltimore.
And he was winning 10 to 11 games a year and making the playoffs.
Otis, you are delusional. Otis, let me ask you a question.
Mute your microphone for 5 seconds. Just give me 5 seconds. Mute your microphone.
Otis, let me ask you a question.
Just give me 5 seconds, brother.
Hold on. Let me break this down in simple terms. No, don't mute. Do not mute your microphone because I want you to answer these questions for me. Answer these questions for me. When he was in Cincinnati, was his running back better or worse than Ezekiel Elliott?
Worse.
Okay. His offensive line, better or worse than the offensive line in Dallas?
Ooh. Since he didn't have that bad of an offensive line, but I'll give the edge to Dallas because they had the left tackle.
He plays for the Rams right now. Wentworth.
Yeah, Wentworth, who was a perennial Pro Bowler.
He went to the Pro Bowl every year, but again, he's not. That's not the Dallas Cowboys line right now. But continue.
Hold on.
Wide receiving core.
The receiving core. I'm talking about the entire core, not just one guy.
And don't you even bring up no damn Chad Johnson, who's Majada, because that damn Carson Palmer time frame.
So Mohamed Sanu was a scrub in Cincy?
Oh Lord! He went to Muhammad. He even said AJ Green. Muhammad Sanu?
Microphone for 10 seconds now.
Okay,
10 seconds.
Hold on. Greg,
Mute your
sorry.
fucking microphone.
Greg,
Get the fuck out of here, Otis. You wildin', bro.
Greg,
You
Greg, hold
wildin'.
on.
Facts
Wait.
plus facts. You
Greg.
wildin', bro. You wildin'.
We might have to take you out the broadcast for that one.
Muhammad Sanu is better now than what he was then.
Facts. Facts.
Way better now.
Muhammad Sanu got come from the Patriots.
Not he talking about like the past year or two ago. He ain't talking about like right now. He's talking about right now.
15 seconds now. 15 seconds. You got 15 seconds now.
Are y'all serious?
Hold it.
So the Cincinnati Bengals, who consistently made the playoffs in one of the toughest divisions
Oh
in
my
football,
gosh.
all of that was
What? The AFC North is the toughest division in football at the time? Are you shitting me?
One of.
I said
one of.
I said one of. And stop it right now. Let's stop it right now. The Pittsburgh Steelers and Baltimore Ravens make the playoffs every year. Come on, y'all. Are y'all serious right now? I am not saying Cincinnati.
I am dead serious.
I'm not saying Cincinnati Bengals or the Patriots or the San Francisco Niners or whatever. But y'all, they were winning football games. They made the playoffs 70 times and lost in the first round. How can you be a quarterback and not get the team on the? Okay, so let me get this straight. So when
it's Marvin Lewis' fault. It's Marvin Lewis' fault. Marvin Lewis is so fucking ass.
Manning was in Indianapolis and he was winning the playoffs. Everybody was killing Peyton Manning. Why is it that Andy Dalton and Cincinnati make the playoffs every year and now we all of a sudden talking about Marvin Lewis? Stop that nonsense. Stop that. It can't be one for one and one for the other. Stop that. Cincinnati was consistently winning football games. When they got to the playoffs, they did not win. That's not conjecture. That's not opinion. That's factual. We can Google that stuff right now. Come on,
are you saying because Marvin Lewis is black? I feel you. I see where you're going.
Are you saying
this fool's stupid? This fool's stupid.
That's the only reason why it's making sense.
Hold on.
Sorry, Brett. I'm sorry, Brett. My fault.
Are you saying that Andy Dalton got them to where they were?
I think Andy Dalton was a great game manager for the Cincinnati Bengals. I don't think he was.
Okay. That's what I'm gonna say. That's what I'm gonna say. If he's a great game manager with the pieces that he had in Cincy, why can he not replicate that in Dallas with the even better pieces that he has, so he can just give the ball to them and let them do what they need to do?
That's
so
why
are you telling me right now? I want this on record. Are y'all telling me right now Andy Dalton's better than Dak Prescott?
Never said that.
No.
Never said that at all. Never said that at all.
What are you doing?
If Andy Dalton isn't better than Dak Prescott, what makes you think Andy Dalton will put them over the hump with the pieces they got now?
Okay. Can I say something? Can I say something? Because we have a very special guest, of course, Christine Robichaux. She's joining the broadcast, and of course, because she is an Eagles fan, I want to bring up the Eagles as an example. Carson Wentz as a quarterback might be better than Nick Foles, but when Nick Foles plays in the system that the Eagles have and does what he needs to do for the Eagles, he's a better quarterback for what they do than Carson Wentz. So that's what we're getting at is if Andy Dalton's able to do what he needs to do in the system that Dallas has and able to win 11, 12 games with Dallas, who knows what could happen with the Cowboys if they move on from Dak. I completely understand because they probably have found their guy when it comes to doing what they need to do to make sure that they get the ball in the right people's hands and make the right plays. Because again, I'm not saying Dak is a bad quarterback, but he might be a better fit for another system elsewhere. Who knows? It happens. Other quarterbacks are better quarterbacks when they get to another system, when they get to another team. It's not
the reason they didn't give him the money that he asked for.
Everybody can't be a Peyton Manning or a Tom Brady and play for one team for 18, 20 years.
I understand that.
That's all I'm saying.
But now you brought up Nick Foles. And now I just got to go off because Nick Foles got hot for 4 fucking game. Don't do this.
He got hot for no. He didn't get hot for 4 games. He got hot for a seat for not just the playoffs, not just the Super Bowl, but also that next year. Remember, the next year he also led them in the playoffs. They lost, but if they lost exactly, but if I feel like if he was a starting quarterback, I wouldn't be surprised they led him back to the Super Bowl because I feel like Nick Foles is a better fit for the Eagles compared to Carson Wentz. That's just my opinion.
Nick Foles no longer in Philly. Also, why is Nick Foles?
Because they feel like because the Eagles as an organization feels like Carson Wentz is their guy, which again is biting them in the butt right now as we see, compared to Nick Foles. And Nick Foles went and grabbed the money in Jacksonville, and now he's in Chicago winning games. He won and won right now. He won and won.
They got a top 5 defense. That's why they win it. You see the games he's playing right now?
Hey, if you're a franchise quarterback with Carson Wentz, make it happen.
Oh, y'all killing me.
Hey, I'm just saying.
Y'all killing me.
Please change topics.
He's been on 16.
What does that matter?
And
he won a Super Bowl.
Oh, did you reaching, bro?
You
reaching, bro.
He won the Super Bowl with that team.
You're getting bumped up to 30 seconds. You're reaching. Getting hot on a 30 seconds. You're getting hot.
Quarterbacks win Super Bowls when they have teams around them. Let's not do this. Come on, man.
Aaron Rodgers didn't do that.
Apparently, they can't win when Carson Wentz is the quarterback. So I haven't seen the winning quarterback Super Bowl with that.
Like stop. He's been
the reason he's not there is because they drafted Carson Wentz and they want to go with the guy they drafted.
Now, just want to let you know.
Let's go ahead and check out the YouTube comments right quick. Of course, our boy Sire, of course, checking out the broadcast. He says Dak, and of course, Christine Robichaux, she says his second pro season wasn't nearly as good stats wise. And again, like I say in the show on the Sports Plug all the time, I don't care about stats. I care about results. So it's not about the stats. It's about the results. Frank Wright left, and that's when his offense fell apart. This is very true. Let's not forget Carson was having MVP season. I don't give a damn about that. Stop bringing that up. Okay, stop bringing that crap up when it comes to Carson Wentz. That was 3 years ago. I don't want to see the comment no more. I don't care about the comment because every time Carson Wentz gonna be retired, he gonna be 65 years old, and people still gonna be like, remember when the MVP season he had before he got hurt and went to the Super Bowl? Pepper Farr remembers. I don't give a damn. Stop bringing that up.
Christine,
stop.
That's a fact. Love you.
I don't care. Stop bringing that MVP. Okay, you know what? I was an MVP in my goddamn lifetime too. Look, it don't matter no more. It don't matter. At the end of the day, that season's over with. We talking about 2020. We talking about right now. I need to make sure that everybody know. Anyways, before we wrap up this topic, let's go ahead and finish up with way too early Super Bowl predictions of Week 5. Since we have Otis on here, way too early Super Bowl predictions. What do you got for us, Otis?
Man, I'm probably gonna go KC representing the AFC. Man, the NFC is tough. NFC is tough. And I would have went San Fran and done a repeat. They look bad against Miami. I just don't know in the NFC who. It ain't Tampa. Man, y'all gotta come back to me on that. Because I just don't know who in the NFC.
That's why it's way too early Super Bowl predictions. We'll wait till we get to the postseason. We'll actually make some real picks. But right now, way too early Super Bowl predictions. Okay.
Seattle.
Okay.
Seattle. KC and Seattle.
Okay.
KC and Seattle.
I got Chiefs and Seahawks.
Yeah.
Okay.
I
Brett?
don't think the Chiefs are going to get there.
Neither do I, but keep going.
I don't know who is going to get there, but I don't think the Chiefs are going to get there because I think
you mad.
They playing out the Super Bowl high still.
Yeah. They're not playing full games right now.
I agree, Brett.
Y'all
mad.
Especially playing against the divisional games with the Chargers and the Raiders. They should have lost to the Chargers.
They should have lost to the Chargers for sure. And the Chargers
coulda, woulda.
I mean, the Chargers are surprising everybody right now. They should have. I mean,
that's why they'll be AFC favorites next year.
Yes, shoulda, coulda, woulda, Greg.
Fuck out of here.
But they shouldn't have lost to the Saints. I will say the Saints are probably the most disappointing team this year.
Got some turmoil going on in New Orleans with Michael Thomas.
Can you make your pick, Brett?
I think outside of Seattle, my AFC team right now, man, honestly, I don't know. I really don't know.
All right, thank you, Brett. Thank you so much. Oh, thank you, Jesus Christ. Go, Ish. Somebody, Jesus Christ.
My goodness.
My
Okay.
bad.
AFC Championship game. I got a rematch of last year. The Chiefs facing the Houston Oilers. I got the Oilers losing to the Chiefs and the Chiefs going to the Super Bowl once again. In the NFC, I got Seattle playing against Green Bay, and I have Green Bay beating the Seahawks. So Aaron Rodgers, that bad man, is going to be playing Patrick Mahomes in the Super Bowl, and I do think that Aaron Rodgers gonna find a way to win.
Hey,
I'm gonna have
Rob.
to pick against my Chiefs because I just feel like it's gonna be hard to do it back to back. I hope I'm wrong. I could even see them losing to the Oilers in the AFC Championship game potentially, but
I'll be there too.
Because Derrick Henry always get them fits for some reason.
All right, let me go ahead and finish up with mine. So, not gonna lie, I was pretty scared last night. I thought we were gonna come out pretty rusty, but after last night, I'm gonna mark it down today. We're going to the Super Bowl. The Tennessee Titans are going to the Super Bowl this year, and we're playing against the Seattle Seahawks. And the Titans are winning the Super Bowl this year. The Lakers won it. The Titans are going to win it this year. It's going to be a hell of a year for me. That's what's going to happen. Mark it down, week 5. I cannot wait to see. What you got, Nap?
Ain't got shit.
And don't say no damn Cowboys.
And nah, they ain't going nowhere except the crib. But unless Andy Dalton pulls some shit out of his ass and proves Otis completely wrong. now I want to see this shit happen. But on some real shit, I mean, as far as football goes, I have no idea. But I would like to see Aaron and that bitch, you know what I'm saying, slinging rocks and shit, doing what he do. Other than that, if it ain't the Cowboys, I really don't give a fuck.
Already. Christine says Ravens and Seahawks. And of course, if you are watching, go ahead and throw in your early Super Bowl predictions and let us know who you think will be in the Super Bowl as of week 5. All right, let's go. What's up, Brett?
I don't like I'm not sold on the Ravens.
Bro,
I'm not at all.
No, Brett does not get to have an opinion after that earlier. You didn't even give your
reneging ass motherfuckers. Shut your ass up. You must renege in spades. I know you renege in spades. I'll never play spades with your ass.
Surprisingly, I think the Steelers might surprise people this year.
We gotta wait and see.
Okay,
they look good. They look good.
Second team.
Still didn't pick a team, but yeah. Well, all right. Thanks, Brett.
It all depends on Big Ben's health. It all depends on Big Ben's health. That's not very good.
I think the AFC Championship is going to be the Steelers and Titans, and I think the Steelers are going to win.
That's an old school matchup right there, baby. Old school matchup game right there, baby.
See, I don't think the Chiefs are going to get there.
You a true hater on Kansas.
I'm just saying, y'all right off that championship high. We've seen it so far. I'm just saying, beginning of the week.
Don't worry, we taking names to everybody that's counting us out right now.
1, 2, 3, 4, right? Yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4.
Everybody that's not a Chiefs fan, basically. So
for sure.
X Williams. Make sure you mark mine down. Spell correctly, ho.
You can put mine double. Nah,
all right, like I said, let's go ahead and finish up this show with, is there a such thing as going too far with your friends? Ish, I'm going to let you go ahead and run with this one because this was you guys' topic. So go ahead and start.
Actually,
can you? He froze like a mug. That boy froze like a mug.
That was not clear and concise about what this topic actually was.
That's why Ish is about to explain before your ass froze. So let him explain.
Oh shit!
So shut your ass up and sit your ass back. Thank you.
Anyway, so on Twitter, Greg posted a video of some dudes who recorded showing their friend a video of his girlfriend being proposed to, and they were laughing, joking, and playing, and they posted on social media so everybody could see him seeing his girl get engaged to somebody else. So it just, and Greg commented on it, and I kind of felt the same way that he felt. Like, I felt like that was really whack for you to post a video of your friend having this moment where he's finding this information out, and for y'all to just be laughing, joking. Like, it's cool to be laughing and teasing your friend at certain points, but to do that at his expense and post it on social media was kind of like, for me, that crossed the line. I don't know about y'all, but I wanted to see what everybody felt in the group as far as, like, is there such thing as going too far of joking with your friends?
First question, is that even your real friend? A nigga doing some shit like that? Because my real friend not gonna have that thought go in his fucking head to begin with. You feel me? So the classification is, if that's a friend, then yeah, that's too far, my nigga. But you probably wasn't my friend to begin with.
Hey, my man posted that they were laughing and joking after. He commented later because everybody was talking about how they were wrong for it. And he was like, well, first off, one of the other people posted it. And secondly, we were laughing and joking and we just kept drinking afterward. So apparently that's his friend.
Go ahead, Greg.
I just think that, nowadays people are just fucking douchebags. And it's usually this younger generation. They try to do everything for likes and retweets and all types of shit like that. So these younger niggas, they probably don't understand the loyalty and I guess the privacy that comes with being a friend, you know what I'm saying? Because if I seen my girlfriend get proposed to by another nigga, that shit need to stay off social media. As far as my reaction to it, and as far as my other niggas knowing that shit, that's just my opinion. Because I don't give a damn. Hey man, I'm about to set your house on fire. You put that shit on social media, bro.
Damn, man.
Hey, bro. I don't play that shit, bro. That shit's corny.
Call him left eye Greg.
Hey, I'm just saying that shit corny, bro. Like, I'm glad y'all, my niggas, y'all don't do that goofy ass shit. For the most part, y'all very private with, with how y'all move and shit like that. So obviously, if y'all private with your own personal lives, y'all not gonna put my personal life and my fucking hardships on fucking social media. That's fucking bullshit.
Call him Greg Left Eye Turner.
Greg Left Eye Turner.
Hey,
boy.
Like that. Hey, I'm very vindictive, so I don't like people playing with me.
Clearly, nigga.
I'm very vindictive.
Must be
and shout out to Sire. He said Greg really got issues. Yeah, he really do.
Sorry, you're an asshole for that.
No, you the asshole for having that mindset. These are fucking me. You burned down motherfucking house. That's a lie.
You feel me? Like that's called arson. It's called arson.
Hey,
you gotta go get gasoline and shit.
You got issues. You
gotta go get some matches or whatever you're gonna start the fire with.
I'm getting a fucking flamethrower, nigga.
That's definitely premeditated. My man is like,
you said a flamethrower?
Everything way.
Flamethrowers. Hey, flamethrowers are legal though.
I know, but what about you about to get one in? You gonna burn
I'm gonna
yourself.
figure it the fuck out. Hey, I'm smart. I'll figure it out, right?
Amazon, you gonna Amazon that hoe. It's Prime Day. Speaking of Amazon, it's Prime Day yesterday and today.
Niggas got about 30 hours.
Go ahead and get you that flamethrower at your doorstep in 2 days.
Hey, sorry, you might be right though. I do got some issues. I'm thinking about burning people's houses down during a pandemic.
Yeah, you need to go ahead and check out a psychiatrist. Race.
Hey, but real shit though, I don't know if I'm about to be laughing and joking and shit. Maybe it wasn't really like his girlfriend. Maybe it was just a girl he was fucking with, and then he seen that, so it ain't really hurt him like that. You know what I mean? Like maybe
that man look hurt.
Nah, my man look hurt. You gotta watch the video.
I got a question. I didn't see the video, but what I also think it could have been is a lot of the younger generation do it too. A lot of the younger generation know that they can do a fake situation for likes and retweets. So was it something that was fake? Was it something that they knew what they were doing and they're getting everybody? Because I've seen a couple. Remember that couple that was the Texas Roadhouse that was talking about, I'm not gonna call him back. This broke dude or whatever. It's like that. And then the guy said, "Oh, look at my beautiful queen," something like that. And they ended up doing it on purpose to see if they were gonna go viral, and they did. So was that one of those situations? I don't know. I haven't seen the video.
Potentially it could be. I mean, you never know nowadays, but either way, I don't know about that one, bro.
Well, that's all social media is doing from time to time is unfortunately making our generation little boy that cried wolf. Because it's all it's doing is, pay attention to me, but what is the content you're putting out? You know, we're doing what we're doing. It might not be for everybody. You know, it might not get a million hits. It might not get a million views. That's fine. But I don't want to have to go to the lowest of depths to try to get a million views because I want to get attention. Because if you are true to yourself, you true to do what you do, sooner or later the attention going to come if you keep on pushing out what you're trying to do, correct?
This nigga, what the fuck was
Nap over there trying to play some new music. Go ahead, play that for the next track, boy.
Yo, I will say that you know, I just like y'all are super close, and I remember y'all been close for forever. But
hold up, bro.
Even myself with y'all, knowing y'all, I wouldn't even do that to y'all, knowing that we still, you know each other, whatever. Like I have my own group of boys. And there's no way we'd ever do that to each other. I mean, and also too, at some point as men, you gotta grow up. Like that's just a maturity thing. Like if my first inclination is if one of my boys has a girlfriend she can propose to and she see that, my inclination is, oh, let me film it and post it on social media. My first thing is like, yo, we don't have to go handle some business, right? Like that, like, am I missing something here? Did he not? Like, I like your first reaction is like, let's post on social media and then laugh after the fact, like. So y'all, because I'm an ex a little bit on this, like, so were y'all in a relationship at all? Like, I don't. That's so weird to me. Like, my girlfriend getting proposed to by another dude, and like, I don't like. I don't know. This is really confusing because that to me is crazy. And Nap is right. Like, how could you consider that person a friend doing that to you? I don't know.
And bro, he showed they was at a whole ass house party. And that's when you decide to show me these detrimental events of my life, these unfortunate circumstances of my life. You want to wait until we out here drinking, fucking with the hoes and shit.
I just say I didn't watch the video.
I just watched right now. I need to sit your ass up. Goddamn. Let me talk.
That was the noise that was in the background. You watched the video?
Nah, I had that whole low. I didn't watch the noise. I just watched the video, Greg.
Man.
Watch the noise.
I didn't watch the noise. I just watched the video.
How you watch noise?
How you watch noise?
Hey, if you have third eye vision, you can see the sound waves, my nigga. You know what I'm saying? It's actually just the sound waves.
I didn't realize you was the 3-eye raven.
Hey, if I pull up this fucking music program right now, I guarantee you can watch sound, my nigga.
Yeah. Shit. You can see the sound waves and shit.
You can. You can pull up Fruity Loops and see sound waves. You can pull up virtual DJ and see sound, my nigga. You feel me?
Y'all stupid as hell. Shut up.
Semantics.
Shut the hell up.
But anyways, yeah, I see that shit. They some hoes, bro.
Oh, this earlier, drugs are bad.
What'd you say?
I said, what were we telling Otis earlier? Drugs are bad.
Yeah, drugs, my man.
Let Nap know, please.
What? They some
drugs
hoes.
are bad for you.
I ain't doing no drugs except this Jaeger. I don't know what's really in this shit. It come from where that shit come from? Germany?
Yeah, so you know it's everything in that motherfucker.
This shit come from Germany.
LSD in that motherfucker.
It's good though, and it's black. I like black.
Oh, I bet.
I like all colors.
I bet you do, nigga.
Because all colors matter.
All colors matter. And speaking of all colors, mattering, Otis, just to let you know, we'll definitely have you back on for our political episode when the election gets here and another month from now. Where we probably might have 2 episodes. We might have one prior to the election and then one right after the election. Of course, the election is on Tuesday. We have our shows on Wednesday. So we'll definitely have you on. We'll have a couple of other guests on as well so we could talk a little more about some politics and just...
It's going to be a debate.
It might be a debate. It also might just be some information that the people that are watching need to hear. So,
you know what? I don't know if the fans have peeped the link tree or not. But let's go ahead and get some good, helpful, informational links and website. That way we can really bring the people into the fold. That way they're not just clicking links to go watch the video. They can click links to go get some information, see who they really, you know what I'm saying, voting for, or whatever, health information, financial information, all kinds of shit. You know what I'm saying?
I agree.
Doing this.
I can link that one thing that I sent you guys.
Well, whatever the links that you have, Otis, send it to me. We'll link it in this YouTube video that we have on the Sports Plug and also on our Kinfolk and them YouTube page as well. Before we head out for the night, is there anything you guys want to let the people know about?
No, but people, if you do have any helpful information, send it to, if you're looking for a platform to promote that information, go ahead and send it, hit our inbox. If you don't want to hit the Kinfold inbox, hit my inbox personally. I ain't going to trip. So that way we can go ahead and keep this shit moving, because each one teach one. How are we going to make proper choices if we're not properly educated? You feel me? So,
yes, sir.
Go ahead, Greg.
Also, everybody out there, if you got some topics you want to talk about, hit the message. We got the message gene opening for the Kinfolk and them. Obviously, our names are on there, so hit us, personal message, you know what I'm saying? You wanted something to talk about, let us know. We'll talk about it on here. We need to start doing that. Get the fans more engaged with us, you know what I'm saying? So if y'all got any topics y'all want to talk about, something we're not informed about, something we are informed about that we probably didn't think about in the moment, hit us up, you know what I'm saying? We're open to any ideas.
Thank you, Greg.
I'm gonna say, if you have some time, definitely check out the Louder Than a Riot podcast from NPR regarding the criminal justice system and how rap music ties into that. It is a really good podcast to listen to if you're interested in that kind of stuff. Also, Michael Harriet tweeted something about the long wait times in Georgia that I thought was amazing. A lot of background on history and everything. If you don't know who Michael Harriet is, go check him out on Twitter. He posts a lot of really good information. Definitely go read that. I think I retweeted that. So if you got my personal Twitter, go check that out and read that whole thread, because it is, really, it'll open your mind to a lot of things. I think we kind of alluded to it earlier, where Otis was saying, black males, we got to step up in voting, and this thread kind of addressed some of that. So definitely go check that out. But yeah, thank you for tuning in, everybody. Brett,
and again, thank you for staying awake.
Yes, sir.
No, but seriously though, before you get up out of here, thank you though again, Otis, for being on, and thank you for everything that you do for Harris County. And for us being able to see you in the hallways of Langham Creek High School, what you're doing now, we definitely are proud and keep doing continue on the hard work. And like Christine says, vote. Hey, get y'all asses out there, go out and go vote, all cap. And we'll see you guys in a couple more weeks. Otis will be on. We'll talk a little bit more about politics. But we'll all of us Kinfolk will be here next week. 9:30 Central, 10:30 Eastern on the Sports Plug and also Kinfolk and them. Thank you very much for joining the broadcast today. See you guys next time.
Fuck Marvin Lewis.